Hi, this is Wanda from Lil Rose Artwork. Today we're making this driftwood and resin sculpture. All the materials will be listed in the comments box, so come on, let's do it. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's have fun. This piece uses an 11.5-inch silicone round mold that is shiny on the inside so that I end up with shiny both sides. I mixed my resin. This is a 1-to-1 resin. I mixed it for 3 minutes. Yep, I got a lot of bubbles, but that's all right because they will. I'm going to torch like here, and I'm going to torch again, torch again. This is my interpretation on some of those fused glass pieces. That's what I want it to look like. And so I am going to let this resin set up for a little while, and I'm going to mix my other resins, and then we'll pour them in. I am using alcohol inks today because I do hopefully want to get some that feathered effect possibly. So I am going to be mixing up my resins. The inks that I have are the spray inks right now. I do have a couple of the others, but I'm going to mix those up, and I'm going to use my Castin craft, but I'm going to add to my Castin craft some denatured alcohol. I may add some pigments, mica pigments. It's just brown. That is not attractive. It's not what I wanted. Though I did want earthy colors, this is totally not what I wanted. So let's see what happens. I do have this crimson, so I'm going to add crimson ink to it. And if that doesn't work, a little bit red mixed to it. Let's see what happens with my other colors. I do have a black. I want to mix black in. I did not want this super bright, but I also don't want it real dark either. So I'm going to use charcoal, activated charcoal. Now there's no alcohol in here, so I am going to add alcohol. I don't know what this is going to do because I am again using a spray.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
I'm going to add some mica pigments. See what happens. I'm not happy. I'm going to go with this reddish brown by Vitarie. I'm going to add some more alcohol to it. So my Castin craft white is so hard to come out. It's kind of got some fall colors going on. That's okay because I want to use a stump as a holder for this. So adding more alcohol, or adding alcohol to this one. I did not see what the percentage of the alcohol is on this. It didn't list it. It's just denatured alcohol. It's not rubbing alcohol. So I'm going to torch again, even though I'm off the screen a little bit, just getting bubbles out. So I think I'm going to go around the outside with black and then mix these others in.
Sound right, boys.
Okay, experiment time. At this point I am adding drops of denatured alcohol. I wanted to see what effect the alcohol would have, whether it would give me more feather or not. Okay, my piece is unmolded, and right here I am trying to figure out what I'm going to do to position this piece into the base. That's my driftwood base, and then I have another driftwood piece that I thought was kind of cool. I would like to have cut a slit in that and been able to slide it in, but it was not possible. So I had to rethink how I was going to do this. So here I'm just playing around trying to figure out my piece and how I'm going to proceed. And I'm just showing you my piece, how it turned out. Don't have real good close-ups, and I do not think that the alcohol had a lot of effect on this. I really can't tell. So the decision was made that I was going to split this piece in half, and here I am doing that. Very good. This is my base piece here, and then I'm going to affix these to this disc. Just gotta figure out how I'm going to do it. Well, the position I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it with epoxy, but I don't like that little spot. So we'll figure it out. How I'm going to cover that up. I'm going to fix that front and back, and then the piece will be sitting in this base. I will probably screw this into place and also epoxy it into place on this base here. So it's just a little sculpture. Cool. Oh Lord, here comes all the technical stuff. So I had my hubby, who is an expert woodworker and Renaissance man, help me with this, where I measured to find the center of the disc and then had to measure that out to drill it, measured the center of the base, and made sure I had the proper size of screw. Now I'm going into staining my driftwood. I used this black, and then I sprayed it with lacquer to give it a nice finish. I am not in my normal workspace. I'm in my husband's workspace, but I need this area. So what I'm going to do, here is my disc, making sure it's dust free. I have a, you might not be able to see it, I have a mar here, and the reason is my silicone mold is now damaged, however, and it left a little mar. So I'm going to cover that up, but I have these pieces of wood that you saw me working on yesterday, and in order to salvage this piece I will be placing that right over the mar, but I think that is perfect. Rather than use a whole bunch of resin, I'm going to do a 5-minute epoxy, which is basically, it's a 2-part resin. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to clamp it down so it doesn't move, and then I will work on the back side. Alright, so that piece is nicely on there. Of note, what I did not notice, don't know if you can see it here, trying to see, is in this little cavity you can see the epoxy there. I think I can maybe touch it up with a little bit of paint, so not too pleased about that, but here's this piece so far. Now I'm going to take the second half and put it on the back side. I have placed the one piece, And I am now going to set this other piece in place.
right,
Now, it's not going to lay flat and level now because this piece is on, so I'll have to be a little careful about that. Light shining through it, you can tell that it's in a pretty good place. I could probably tip it like that, but the one piece is bigger than the other one. So I think that'll do it right there. In placing my epoxy, I made sure I had a lot of extra support where the drill hole was in the disc. All right, so now I'm going to apply that to my post on the screw, because it's not being screwed in, it's just a post. And I'm going to try to put some resin in the little groove, little pocket. There. Add a little bit more resin on this edge. I think the black was a good idea. Just let that dry and then we'll see how it goes. But I think that's a nice little sculptural piece.
It sound right, boys.